It doesn't matter how small the steps are. Progress is progress. If you keep moving forward, you'll eventually reach the place you truly want to go. It may sound impossible right now, but many of the things in my life today once seemed impossible too. Back then, if someone told me this would be my life, I wouldn't have believed them. But I've been blessed. Yes, I've worked for it, but I've also been blessed. And that blessing came because I made one simple decision: to keep going forward. That's what I want to encourage you with today, more than anything else. If you keep moving forward, even when you make mistakes, and believe me, I've made plenty, you'll get there. The most exciting part now, and something Dean and I talk about all the time, is that by combining our experience, we can help people skip years, even decades, of trial and error. And beyond that, we live in a totally different world today. When I started, everything was harder. I remember sending out mailers, printing brochures. It was expensive and not very effective. I still remember my very first seminar. I offered it for free in Los Angeles, rented a big hotel room at the Hilton, expecting 500 people to show up, and only 7 came. They were all sitting far apart in this giant room. But today, things are different. You don't need to rent out a room or print thousands of brochures. Thanks to social media, email, and Zoom, the game has changed. You can reach people with far less risk and learn faster than ever before. And now, with AI putting knowledge at your fingertips, there's really no excuse for failure, as long as you keep moving forward. The problem is, most of us don't even want to begin unless we already know everything. We want to have it perfect before we start. I used to feel that way too, but I realized early on that perfection is the lowest standard in the world because it doesn't exist. Nothing is ever perfect. Waiting for perfection only leads to procrastination. You put things off, lose confidence, and start doubting yourself. In the beginning, I was my own worst critic. I'd beat myself up all the time. I was broke, but I realized something important. If I wanted my life to change, I had to invest in myself. I remember a friend saying, "You've got to go to seminars." I said, "What's a seminar?" He said, "It's where someone takes 20 years of their life and teaches you the most valuable lessons in a few hours. It'll save you decades." That made sense until I heard the price. It was $35, almost a week's pay for me at the time. I was making $40 a week as a janitor, about $250 in today's money. But something inside me said, if I keep moving forward and put myself in the right environment, it'll pay off. And it did. Every mistake made me stronger, smarter, and closer to that tipping point. Think about Hilton hotels. They've been around over 100 years, own over 1 million rooms, and are worth $53 billion. Then you have a guy like Joe Gebbia from Airbnb. For 8 years, they made nothing. But when it finally took off, it exploded. Today, they have over 7 million listings, no buildings, no overhead, and the company's worth $85 billion. I don't share that to impress you, but to show what's possible when you just keep moving forward. Even if it seems slow, progress is everything. Every single day, take a step, any step. Even if it doesn't look like progress, you're learning something. Maybe that means committing to 1 video a day, 3 a week, or spending your weekend immersed for 6 hours at a time. Create a schedule you can stay consistent with, because if you stay immersed, you'll get the results you're after. Here's a story I love. It's about a man named Mel Fisher. Back in the 1980s, he had a dream of finding a Spanish shipwreck from 1622 filled with treasure. He raised money, bought boats, hired people, and for years found nothing. 1 year passed, then 2, then 5. Still nothing. 16 years, 0 results. But every single day, he told himself, I'm getting closer. And finally, after 16 years, he discovered $500 million in gold. $500 million. Now, you can't live on gold, but it's a pretty good motivator, right? The real question is, what kind of belief keeps someone going for 16 years without any evidence of success? Years ago, my own business wasn't working. I was working like crazy, but not seeing results. I loved what I did, but I couldn't see how it would ever work. A friend told me, you need to change your focus. You think this can't work at the highest level, and that belief is killing you. When I thought about Mel Fisher, I realized he had 3 core beliefs. First, the treasure is out there. You have to believe your dream is real. Second, you'll find it. You'll figure it out. You'll persist until you do. And third, it's worth it. The effort, the struggle, the time, all of it is worth the freedom, the joy, the life it creates. If you hold on to those three beliefs, you can push through anything, including fear, uncertainty, and discomfort. The biggest mistake people make is believing they're not ready. My belief? When I don't know what to do, that's when I know what to do, because that's the moment you grow. When you start, you don't know much. But if you apply yourself, really focus, you go from I don't know what I'm doing to I've got this, then you hit your first plateau. It feels like you're dropping off, but you're still higher than when you started. That's how growth works. Up plateau, dip up again. Most people quit at the dip thinking they failed. But if you keep going, every plateau takes you higher than the last. Success without fulfillment is the ultimate failure. So enjoy the journey. Don't stress about the natural ups and downs. It's part of the process. When you hit a plateau, ask yourself, who's done this before me? Who can show me the next step? Because anticipation is power, and if you want to lead, you've got to anticipate. The only way to do that is to learn from those who've already been where you want to go. That's what I did. I sought out the best in the world, studied what they did differently, and saved myself decades of trial and error. That's what we're here to do for you too. If you're a dabbler, this isn't for you. If you're a worrier, you'll drive yourself crazy. But if you're committed to mastery, this is your path. You'll say, I'm learning, and that's good. It won't always feel good, but repetition is the key. Do it again and again. Because here's what happens. After enough repetition, you'll hit your breakthrough. Then another plateau. Don't stress it. Look back and say, look how far I've come. This is awesome. I'm growing. And that's the magic of it all. Progress, consistency, and belief. You'll get there.